Welcome to Coach's Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. To my right, the Swami George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger Albert Campman. And we start our show today by wishing Karn City quarterback Mason Martin a happy 18th birthday, and our thoughts and prayers with him in his continued rehabilitation. He remains in UPMC Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. Our spotlight, guys, we're going high school basketball, top scores at the end of the regular season. Playoffs are set. Boys, Max Hurry at North Catholic, what a year he's had. What a career he's had, 39 points. Rolf Blundo, Newcastle, 34. Brady Sullivan of Freeport, 33. Joseph Roth, Elwood City, 32. Albert, how close is he to 2,000?
He was 9 points away from the total record. Got that. So he's right there. I mean, he should do it. He just passed the annual record.
He should do it in the playoff game.
Yes, I think he'll be there. He might be there already. That's what I'm saying.
Let's hope we find out here soon. Ryan Check of Mars, 31 and 20. Chasen Rugg of Montauk, 30. Tyler Pepin of Seneca Valley, 27. Kai West, Seneca Valley, 26. That was in a 67-62 win over Newcastle. Jason Fredericks of North Catholic, 25. Joey DePort of North Allegheny, 24 and 20. Had 24 and a tough 58-57 loss to Central Catholic. The Vikings win the section by that win over North Allegheny. Xavier Rigby of Rochester, 24. Ty Awanaku of North Allegheny, 24 and 23. Carson Bear of Pine Ridge, 24 and 20. Peter Kramer of Hampton, 23. Braden Littlejohn of Butler, 22, and a 58-50 win over Pine Ridge, and that included 2 slam dunks by him. You could check out that game on Armstrong TV for the replay. Josh Book of Slippery Rock High School has had a terrific year, 23 points. And Marshall Claricue of Beaver Falls, 21. We go to the girls, talk about having a great year. Catherine Kelly leading Montauk to a 16-5 record. She had 38 points. Amelia McMichael of Butler games of 25 and 27 in a 53-52 win for Butler over Pine Ridge on Sydney Patterson's buzzer-beating layup. We were there. We saw it. Madison Savasky of Pine Ridge, 25 and 22. She is an IUP commit. And Carolyn Henderson of North Allegheny, she had 22 points. Meg Murray of Hampton, 23. Grace Helliger of North Allegheny, 21. Mia Vargo of Mars, 21. And Natalie Hamby of Seneca Valley, 20. And for North Catholic, they won another section with their 103rd straight section win.
How much?
103rd straight section win. You can't.
Well, I mean,
nothing
to say.
Nothing
the
to
103 says it.
Yes. College basketball men, Cal 80, Slippery Rock 69, Slippery Rock 11-11, 9-7 now in section play, 4th place in the PSAC West. They have 6 to play and have some tough games coming up. Cal is really good. Whether ranked, aren't they, George, in the top 10?
Yeah,
they're 20 and 3
in the league.
Yeah.
Rock crucial to stay 4 because 5 comes to your place.
Okay.
If they go 5-4, they go to 4.
So when we do the game up there against Edinburgh, it should be a big game.
No, absolutely. They have to hang on to 4th.
Hey,
the top 3 are loaded. Gannon, Cal, and IUP.
I haven't heard much about IUP. Usually they get big write-ups. I'm not hearing much about them this year.
They had a tough one with Gannon Saturday. I think they lost by 2.
Cal's really good, 20-3, yes. 14 and 4.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to high school swimming. Boys, Reese Rupert of Pine Ridge in a 3-event winner, the 100 butterfly, the 100 backstroke, and the 400 freestyle relay team in a 93-75 win over Butler. Girls swimming, Slippery Rock High School girls, 2nd place in the Southern Tier invite. Molly Masella, she was a 4-event winner, the 200 freestyle, the 100 butterfly, the 200 free relay, and the 400 free relay. I just marvel at these swimmers participating in all these events, having the energy to do that. And Rayleigh Fajon, a Slippery Rock, also a 4-event winner in a 50 freestyle, the 100 freestyle, the 200 free relay, and a 400 free relay. And Riley Schaefer, Pine Ridge, and she was a 4-event winner, 200 freestyle, 500 freestyle, 200 and 400 relay. And the scholarships are there for the girls in college swimming.
No doubt about it.
Indoor track, Butler boys, all 3 relay teams swept first at Youngstown State. And in bowling, Butler senior Kelsey McConnell, she finished the season with a 201 average. She is only the second girl in Butler girls bowling history to do that. She will continue her education and bowling career at Mount Aloysius College. And the Butler rifle team won its 2nd straight WPIAL championship and their 5th under coach Eric Beveridge. Let's go to our stories of the week. The NFL, was it a Super Bowl or a sloppy bowl? It was pretty sloppy at first. And Kansas City rallies for the 2nd time against Frisco in the Super Bowl in a 10-point deficit to win 25-22 for the Chiefs, their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years. For San Francisco, they started off with, of course, Montana and Bill Walsh. They won, and then later with Steve Young, they won their first 5 Super Bowls. Now they've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's tough when you have a 10-point lead and you lose. That's hard. It's hard to take.
And they had the opportunities in there to even get more, and they didn't convert.
It's always better when you know the rules, too.
Yes. Now, let me ask you something. Going into 3rd quarter, I'm watching, say, why did they stop running the football?
How did they come out and throw it? That's what he usually does, though. That's his technique. Uh-huh. They do it every game. They run the ball in the first half, wear you down, then go to the pass. That was Bill Walsh's MO, too. That's what he's copied. They couldn't make a play. Purdy couldn't make a play, and they went back to the run.
You went back to it.
They went back down to move the football, but you have to score touchdowns. You can't kick field goals.
And if I told you before the game that the Chiefs would not have a touchdown scoring drive in the game, you'd have said what?
Oh yeah,
they're going to lose.
And you guys talk about running the ball. McCaffrey had 150 yards total.
Right.
There's not much more. Did you see the guy running off the sideline tear his Achilles?
Yes, the linebacker.
That, at halftime, Kelsey didn't have those catches.
No. No, that was huge.
Did you see? I couldn't. He was running off the side, like the sprint on. He took about 3 steps, and that's it.
Yeah, Greenlaw and Warner are the 2 best defensive linebacker coverage guys in the league, and they lost one.
Kelsey's best play was when he nearly knocked over Andy Reid on the sideline.
I'm not laughing about that.
I know.
I'm not laughing about that. Nobody called him out.
He's done it twice.
And I wrote it. I said when Pickens did that to Tomlin, everybody in the United States would have been saying he has no discipline. Tomlin has no discipline.
Yep.
Did anybody call any Reid out on it?
No.
Well, the other time Reid made him go sit down. Remember that?
Yeah,
I don't remember anything.
Yes,
I just saw a punch.
That was a playoff game.
He threw the helmet.
He threw the helmet. He made him go sit down. I was in a playoff game against Buffalo.
But here's the thing.
So it worked when he came back and punched his own play.
And you know what else, too? Don't forget, that's a big man to knock over.
And
huge.
You saw him in a punt passing.
It really bothered me. But bothered me.
Me too.
It's because we live in Pittsburgh, and it bothered me so bad because he gets Tomlin all the time.
Oh yeah.
If that was Tomlin, you understand? First thing he would have said on the show.
Right.
He has no discipline.
Yeah.
Tomlin, you see,
I admit,
Reid has no discipline either.
I wish Tom. Well, I think he has.
He has not. I just saw it.
But you missed it, Albert. And George saw it in the previous playoff game. He benched Kelsey. He made him go sit down.
Kelsey knocked him down on the sideline.
Yeah.
Well,
give me the ball.
I want to see him sit him down right there and say, "You're not playing the rest of this game." Man. That's what I know.
I agree. As Tomlin should have with Pickens.
No, I'm not sticking up for Tomlin. I just said you'll call Tomlin out, but you won't call Andy Reid out.
I just called him out.
No, you didn't. You said he did a little discipline. You sent him down.
He did discipline him the previous time. All right. Hey, the Chiefs, no TD drive. They're losing in regulation. They're losing 10-6. Punt the ball. First of all, that punt should have been a fair catch on that punt. It hits a player. And instead of the returner pouncing on the ball, the most important thing, he tries to pick it up like it's a greased pig, loses it. Mahomes throws a 16-yard touchdown pass. They recovered it in the red zone. That turned the game around. That was a nail in the coffin for
That's why the Steelers got rid of McLeod. Steelers got rid of McLeod for plays like that.
Just dumb.
That's what happened.
Just not a heads-up smart play.
Special teams. Once again, we've talked about if they don't block the extra point, they need a touchdown.
Yeah, and the Chiefs' offense was 4 field goals by Butler, followed after the record-kicking field goal by Moody of 55 yards. And Butler follows with a 57-yarder, as you said, indoors.
Indoors, it's all different. And that one wasn't an inch over. I mean, I thought it was short. It was so low.
You know what about the game you're describing, Daddy, so clearly? It was a lousy game. You
It wasn't a sloppy, lousy game.
It was a close game, but it was a lousy play. Both teams played pathetically.
You know what it reminded me of? When the Steelers beat Seattle. That was one of the
Same thing.
worst.
Same thing.
Oh, good.
That was a
Same thing.
sleeper game to put you to
You're right.
bed.
No.
And the 49ers, what they have, 3 or 4 offensive procedure penalties.
Yeah. 2 holds on
big plays, first downs on one time for McCaffrey. And they had their opportunities. They just didn't capitalize on them. And you get into overtime. They got the ball first. They went down, kicked the field goal. I thought, well, that's not going to be enough.
We knew that, too.
Mahomes went to work and took him right down.
That decision, I don't think he's gotten enough grief. If I said to Kansas City, if they got the toss, they were deferring. So he does exactly what Kansas City would want him to do. He takes the ball, knowing very well now they have 4 downs, not 3, and Mahomes is going to score.
They always tell you in overtime, don't take the ball first.
Well, and the situation is clear that you don't want to give Mahomes 4 downs because he's going to have 4 downs every time he has the ball now. Once you score, he should have definitely kicked off. I mean,
but remember, there's no precedent. Because this is the new rule.
Right.
Like in the old days, if you got the ball, you had to take it because first score won. Yeah. Then they went the other team gets the ball also. Then in this one, they went 2 possessions, then we play.
If they didn't have Mahomes, I wouldn't have thought it was such a bad thing.
No.
When you have Mahomes, he's right on the field.
You know, he's close. He just reminds me in so many ways of Joe Montana, the way he plays.
Very similar.
Like rolling out and throwing on the run. And so he takes him down there, 3 seconds left. He's cool as a cucumber when he throws that.
Well, see, there wasn't 3
pass.
seconds left.
Well, they said 3. How come they keep saying 3 seconds?
They played to the end. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they just changed size.
See, he was
okay.
You see what I mean?
Okay, I understand.
I'm looking. I'm like, what's he doing? Then I realized, wait a minute. This game's not over at the quarter.
No.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
I did not know that.
No, they didn't
I
know.
think a lot of people didn't know it.
Jim Nance didn't. They went to break.
You know, I get it. Then I read in the paper. You know, I saw it on the game.
Because people in the paper didn't know either. That's why.
3-yard touchdown pass for 3 seconds.
Yes, but in other words, had the 3 run off, they'd have just gone to the other end.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is only the second overtime Super Bowl. Did that ever happen before like that?
It was different rules. They didn't give the other team the ball. See what happened?
Brady changed the rules.
Brady got the ball once and scored.
Right.
You follow?
Yeah.
Against Kansas City.
See, Kansas City never. Or was that?
No, one against Kansas City.
No. Yeah.
Was it against Philadelphia? I don't know.
Whoever it was, they didn't score.
You're right.
Now, Hardman catches that.
Yeah.
You know what he said? That he blacked out. He doesn't remember thinking about it.
That was funny when I saw
He'll
that.
remember when he gets those endorsements, like holding that ball or something.
Okay, let's look now. Let's take a look at NFL Dynasty, NFL Royalty. I'm going to read off these teams, and then you guys jump in, say what you want. I have at the top Green Bay Packers of Lombardi, 5 titles in 7 years, including the first 2 Super Bowls. Bill Belichick and the Patriots. 6 Lombardis in 20 years and 8 Super Bowl appearances. Chuck Noll with the Steelers, 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. Bill Walsh of the 49ers, 4 Super Bowls in 7 years. And now Kansas City, 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, back-to-back, first since the Pats in 2003 and 2004. What's your guys' take?
Let me say Belichick must have had 9 because Brady lost twice to the Giants and once to the Eagles. Or Belichick, I mean, they lost.
No, they lost. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Was it 9 then? You're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I have in that order too, Eddie.
That's good. That's good order. No, that's a good order. Yeah. The Green Bay thing, obviously, there wasn't. The AFL was not thought to be on par, and the first 2 Super Bowls said that it wasn't. But from Namath on, when Pittsburgh and Baltimore switched sides, that thing was dead even.
Yeah, but I you know that run there, Green Bay's 5 titles in 7 years in the NFL. What they win 3 straight NFL titles.
But don't forget now, we have to be fair. You could keep your guys back then.
Yeah,
the center wanted to raise. He called him in and he said, "You play for the Eagles."
That was Jim Ringo.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the same time,
you can't do that today.
But he did pick up a free agent, Chuck Mersine.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. I mean, give him Mahomes $500 million.
Yeah, well, it's like comparing the 1927 Yankees
Yeah.
to the 19
and the rules are different. Even.
One thing that stands out about those dynasties, everyone had a great quarterback.
Yeah,
Oh.
good. Yeah, good.
And how many more from Mahomes?
Yeah, it's just the way it goes.
He's 28.
Probably
He's
the worst
28.
quarterback of the group is Bradshaw, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now let me ask you, Andy Reid, 65. Does he retire or does he come back?
He's coming back. He announced it already.
Hey, he had the great. Hey,
I thought he wasn't, but he's coming
he
back.
had the best line of all after the Super Bowl. They were talking to him and his wife, and they said to him something. He said, he said, my wife had 5 children. It was hard on my body.
Hey, so let me ask you now, what does this do to the 49ers? Are they able to bounce back? I mean, they got terrific talent.
They'll be right back.
You think they'll be back?
Yeah, they'll be right
One
back.
more time, huh? I mean,
I
you
see
can't
no
keep
reason
doing
why
this.
unless they have. That's over the. I don't know their cap space.
No, they're
or
in
who they
pretty
have to
good
get rid of,
shape.
but that'll be the key.
They have a plethora of weapons.
Oh.
You got CMC, you have Ayuk, and you have Debo, and you have Kittle. You should score more than what did they score?
19 points in it.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's the part that bothers me, Eddie. I was waiting for my chance to get in here. They continue to build up Shanahan like he's a god.
That missed extra point was crucial.
Oh, it's
Crucial,
game,
that
man.
missed
No,
extra
it's a
point.
game.
Shanahan, you would think they would score 50 points when you were talking about him. They had 19.
The lady today on the way over said, well, we know he's a genius. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Nah.
I watched him screw that overtime up pretty bad.
You know what's amazing? They never called Lombardi a genius running game.
Yeah.
His running game was, talk to Andy Reid, far more complicated than people understood. I just ran a ball just like that. Yeah, he just threw it out there and they ran.
They tend to do that. And they have their favorites, the media. Yeah. And if you're not one of them.
And Chuck Noll was just as smart as Bill Walsh.
No,
Bill Walsh
he never got Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Come on.
Very smart guy, Chuck Noll, both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
Hey, NFL and gambling. What once was a no-no, the NFL sold to the
I can
devil.
laugh on that one, Eddie.
Legalized gambling. How about the American Gambling Association?
Is there an American Gambling Association?
Yeah, I always. Come on. They predicted close to 68 million Americans to bet on Super Bowl 58, a 35% increase from 2023, with $23 billion wagered, a $7 billion bump from last year. The public favored the Chiefs big time.
Yeah.
$2 billion spent on advertising for online gambling. Yeah. Mainstream gambling took in $9 billion this year.
Well, 2 things about that.
Yeah.
1, they beat a lot of futures on the 49ers not winning. And 2, that's just legal.
And, they said, players, NFL players, they were filled and they were all over the casinos in Vegas for this Super Bowl. Yeah. And oh, by the way, the advertising, they advise you to gamble responsibly. Yes. And if you have a problem and lose a lot of money, they thank you for that. And they recommend you go jump off a bridge.
That's such a
they don't care. Yeah. They don't care whatsoever.
Once they went in business with DraftKings and FanDuel, all rules were gone.
All right, the National Hockey League, after starting the second half with a dominant 3-0 win over Winnipeg, maybe their best game of the year, 2 power play goals, 2 penalty kills. The Pens have dropped 2 in a row. They stand at 23, 19, and 7, but they've dropped from 5th place, being 1 point out, to 6th place now, and they've dropped from being 1 second in a wild card to Detroit. They're now 4th. 33 games to play. I'm just not confident that they're going to make it. They're going to have a terrific run here out of their last 33 games.
First time ever in the show I'm saying it, Eddie. They're not going to make it.
I don't think so.
It's the first time I've ever said it. They're not improving at all. And I'll say it again on this show for my good friend Matt, our producer. No one calls out Mike Sullivan. He gets free reign of good old Mike. I agree. I want to know if somebody's going to call him out. They never do. The team should be a playoff team. They're not. I don't know what's missing. I have no idea. It's not the goaltending. I'll tell you, the goaltending's been fine. They're just power play's been pathetic. That's
one stretch. I don't even know what it is anymore. They were like 6 for 50.
Oh yeah, the power play so bad.
Just terrible. I don't know what he's changed so many lines. There's not. What else can he do? There are no more changes to make.
I'm not blaming Sullivan. I'm saying that's what they'll do.
Right.
Usually that's the blame. Once again, it goes back to Tom.
No, I'm not
Everybody
defending him.
everybody wants to get rid of Tomlin,
I'm
but
just saying.
no Sullivan. He's one of the good old boys. That's why.
He can't make any more changes than he's already made. What else is? Thank God Crosby's playing as well as he is. Letang. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be 23, 19, and 7.
They're two of the old timers too. Think about that.
They are the oldest team
Yes.
in the National Hockey League. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. They got some problems and they're big.
I think what you said Eddie, right there is that if fans are listening. Their young guys don't step up. I mean, when you got Letang and Crosby playing great, where are all these guys that made all the moves? They aren't playing worth a darn. They're young guys.
And here's an issue for concern. Their farm system is
depleted.
devoid.
It is depleted. I know.
It's not there. Hey, what's that? Smell that out there? They're saying pitchers and catchers report the spring training. Pirates are there. There's some areas of concern here. The Pirates, due to injuries, season-ending injuries, they lose their catcher, Andy Rodriguez.
That was big.
Tremendous.
That was big.
And they lose starting pitcher Johan Oviedo. So
another big one.
You have Mitch Keller, maybe Quinn Priester, and you're going to have a starting rotation by committee. I don't know where the other three starters are coming from. They picked up this guy.
When will
that
Skeens
guy.
come up? July?
Yeah, he'll come up.
He's on a non-roster invite.
Okay.
Just like they were the Cole. You know, they say they're so cheap they won't bring
that
up
extra
early.
year.
Cheap. When
Yeah.
you bring that, they spent $31 million on free agency. Okay, 10 went to Chapman.
Right.
Didn't they just get Grandel
Yeah,
yesterday?
they just got Grandel.
They got
yes.
Grandel
He
1 year
can't play
deal.
with the darn anymore.
He's 35, going to
Can
be
he hit it all?
36
Not
years
at
old.
all. He's so bad right now.
His good days were with the Dodgers and
way
the Brewers.
way past.
And then they signed Sanchez, who has 7 games major league experience. Now they moved Davis from right field to catch. The question is, the reason they kept him in outfield because they didn't think he was that good defensively.
Well, this is the proof right here that they can't catch him because they're going and got two Grandel and Sanchez. They don't trust Davis to catch.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but it's the truth.
Boy, if your pitcher doesn't trust your catcher,
You're done.
you're done.
And what you've always said about having a floor, they spent $73 million last year on their roster. However, they were only 26th in payroll.
Yes.
In major
and they're
league
happy as a
baseball.
lark down there, taking the money from me.
Yeah.
Now, I think their strength could be their bullpen.
It is a
with
strength.
Bednar,
It is a
Chapman,
strength.
and Holderman.
Yes.
The outfield's unsettled. We have Reynolds and Sawinski, but who's going to be your everyday center fielder? You're going to put Sawinski there, put Bay in the right field, alternate him there. You know, they signed the first baseman. Is it Tellez?
Tellez,
But he can't hit left-handers.
No.
He's
He can't hit. He can't. Not worth a lick.
He'll hit 20 homers, though.
They reach out. They reach out for those guys. That's what they get every year.
Those
That's what they reach
1 year
out.
guys. 1 year plug in the hole.
Now the infield should be really good. O'Neill Cruz coming back. Hayes at third.
It's a real good infield.
Triolo at second base. Then
I
you
think
have
Figueroa's going to end up being in second base.
Nick Gonzalez. They have depth there.
Yeah, they do. I'd make a trade. I'd trade 2 of them. I'm not kidding. I got 3 good second.
What's their number? What's their number?
My guess.
Okay.
My guess, Pete, would be 70, 77. Something
No. Okay. They jumped from
Really?
in 2022 they won 62. Last year they jumped 14 games to 76.
Okay.
Do you think they could be better than 76 wins?
Well, they should be on paper, but the pitching worries me.
It's the starting pitching. It's going to be pitching. They're going to have 7 or 8 guys in the rotation as starters. That's just the way they're going to carry 13 or 14 pitchers.
Yeah, they picked up Perez and Gonzalez. They're hoping to give them a jump start. They've
They've been kind of good with wrecking hope pitchers.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job with that. Yes.
All right. Rumors and rumors of rumors. The Steelers released a number of players. No big deal. Trubisky is gone. Looks like maybe Josh Dobbs is coming back. What you're excited about that, George?
I heard Tannehill, not Dobbs.
Okay, that's what
he's worse. He's worse.
He's 34,
He's worse.
35.
Here's
He's been
the
around
thing.
11 years.
Here's the problem. And
Yeah.
if they bring the kid from the Bears, I'm all in. All in.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
But my point is, this is me now. I think Pickett is so bad, it's impossible to bring anyone he can beat out for real.
And I agree. And here's the thing. What Tannehill did at Tennessee with Derrick Henry when he was, 22 years old, Henry, a stud like no other running back. Henry run. And he featured off of that. He made big plays, but that doesn't mean he's going to duplicate that with the Steelers.
He's gone. He stinks. And by the way, they had the home field all the way through that year. He threw 4 INTs against the Bengals, and they were out.
Terrible in playoff games.
Absolutely.
And the other rumor that the Steelers are going to bring in Fletcher Cox from the Eagles, a defensive tackle, 6'4", 310. But he's 34 years old. He's same age as Cam, and they have to pay him a ton.
Yeah, that's it. The pays the issue.
What's he make? $15 million a year?
You can't pay a guy a lot of money now. You can't do it.
Now, when you I'm just looking at what happened watching the Super Bowl and looking at both San Francisco and Kansas City, and how far away are the Steelers from those things?
Far away.
And it all starts at quarterback. Look at the two teams.
They got 2 years to undo this. Either find out he's any good, or bite the bullet and get rid of him.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do in terms of the draft, because they obviously need a center. They're looking at the kid from Oregon who's rated number 1, but they picked number 20.
Yeah.
Are they likely to make a trade? They need another offensive tackle. They need another receiver, and they need a defensive end, a defensive tackle, and a middle linebacker.
That's what I've been
Is
saying.
that all?
That's what I've been saying all year. Winning 10 games, winning whatever they want.
It's worse
with this team, and like you said, Eddie, they got holes everywhere.
Yeah, and the league, and they're in there with all, as I said 2 weeks ago, there are 7 reasons why they can't catch up, and it's all about those quarterbacks in the AFC. And I think, I don't know what you guys, I think Harbaugh's going to do a terrific job with Justin Herbert.
They'll turn around quickly.
They went forever 5-12. I look for them to win at least 9 or 10 games.
They'll turn around quickly. They have the talent. They do have the talent. That's why he took the job. He wasn't taking a job.
No.
He didn't.
Yeah, well, hey, coming up here, we're getting ready, excited about the high school basketball playoffs. It's always a great start. You never know, some team emerges, comes.
I will put a check mark on. I'll take one. I'll take Lincoln Park.
And Imani, I'll take Imani first.
Imani, yes.
Good pick.
Hey, that's it for us. We ran out of time. We'll see you next week.
Armstrong has a long history of fighting food insecurity in our communities through Breaking Bread events. Here's how you can help. Armstrong is celebrating Breaking Bread Day on Friday, March 8th. Visit your local Armstrong store to be part of the celebration. Drop off a non-perishable food donation and receive a special gift. Scan the QR code to find out more information. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com/breakingbread to find a list of community feeding programs in your area.
EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.